This is Transfer Daily. I'm Stephen Howson. This is Full Time Devils, and here's what I've found for you this morning. And it's June, Mac, not January. Sort it out. First up is Otamendi. There's been a lot of noise about this recently. This is a player that I do like. He reminds me of Vidic. He's got that aggression. He's got that pure desire to win. I think he's a player that will suit the Premier League. And there's a couple of pretty good quotes actually that's come out of it this morning. The Valencia sporting director has come out and said he will be sacked if he doesn't take the full 50 million euros, even if it's 49 for Otamendi. And he goes on to say, if it's Manchester, it will be for cash and 50. So he's name dropped us. We're obviously in negotiation with this one, as has been reported by multiple outlets. Let's hope there's something in this. Maybe it's just going to be a protracted negotiation, but it looks like we're definitely in for Otamendi. Good news. Ding! Let's move on to the next one. Firmino. Now, not exactly sure where the United link came from. A little bit of a coincidence that he scores a goal, then he's linked to United the next day. His agent has come out and said he's definitely going to be playing in England. No one's ever mentioned United, no one of note at least. So I don't know where the connections come from. Is he right for United? I don't know, because I haven't seen enough of him, if I'm being brutally honest. But if Louis van Gaal wants him, I put my trust right into that guy. So if he wants him, I'm sure he's scouted him. He seems like a really conscientious guy. He seems like he's got all the backroom staff in place. If he wants Firmino, Firmino will be good for us. Next up, it's that guy again, David De Gea. £13 million. Are you absolutely insane? If they want to give us £13 million, I'll give them the two-fingered salute and I'll say, he's staying here for a year, not going, and he can rot for all I care. We don't need £13 million, and that is an absolute insult to us and to the player. I don't know where this inside knowledge has come from, that the £13 million. The Daily Mail just seems to be speculating. So I honestly don't know. The Sun reckon that we're not going to listen to offers under 25 million. Yeah. It's a crazy one, isn't it? Why is he being allowed to go for so little? Cillessen or Lloris are the two favourites, it appears, for being a replacement. If we're not just going to go with Victor Valdez, Daniel Levy is obviously an issue if we want Lloris. There's not been a lot of chatter on the Cillessen thing since the story broke that it could be a potential replacement, but this could just be people thinking out loud about who we could go for. Finally, there's a bit of a double one here. Paul Pogba. I've mentioned on this Transfer Daily now a couple of times that I think Paul Pogba will leave Juventus. I think Juventus are a team that needs cash. He's a big sellable asset for them, and he's probably going to go for a hell of a lot of money, somewhere in the region of 60, 70, 80 million pound. He's been getting talked up by the Juventus boss. So again, this is probably something that we should listen to. These are the sort of people that we want quotes from. Juventus boss has come out and said that he's got things to think about, and some of the figures being talked about, Juventus can't refuse. So there's obviously some negotiation ongoing for Paul Pogba. The Mirror are linking him to Barcelona and saying that Man City are also in the running, which would be terrifying for us if Man City get him, because he's a fantastic player. I think he's going Madrid. That's what I've said all along. However, would you take a swap for Paul Pogba and Di Maria? Because the Juventus boss also name drops Di Maria and says he's a great admirer of him. Now, is that something we could look at? Who knows? What do you think? Stick it in the comments below. As with any other stories that break throughout the rest of the day. And Mac will be back tomorrow, and I will be back on Thursday. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 blah. Laters.